I first met the great Ivan Mestrovic many years ago, and as we discussed his art, I said, Maestro, I said, you really should be at a Catholic university. You're the greatest Catholic sculptor and artist, I think, of our time, and we would love to have you and some of your works at Notre Dame. And it was obvious to me that the joy of his life, or at least of his own creation, was the Pietà. It was the one large piece of art that when he came to America, when he had to leave Rome, where he had taken refuge after being driven out of Yugoslavia during the war, he had then come to America with his art, and of course, the thing he kept with him as he moved was the Pietà. And the reason he brought it was that when he was in Yugoslavia and being harassed by the Nazis, he one day drew a Pietà, and it was a beautiful thing on a large piece of, believe it or not, grocer paper and done in lead pencil. He even took it with him when he went to jail because he liked to touch it up and to contemplate it. And when he came to Rome after he managed to get out of Yugoslavia and away from the Nazis, he brought this with him. When the artists in Rome saw this design on a piece of grocery paper of a Pietà, they said, Maestro, you're lucky. We just found a piece of flawless Carrara marble in the quarry. It's about 20 tons, and we'd like to give it to you so that you can take that painting of the Pietà and bring it into life as a piece of sculpture. Well, he was never one to turn down a challenge, and for the next year or so, he went to work on this massive piece of marble. He used to tell me fondly that when he had finished polishing the final product of his art, he said, I can say to you honestly, Father, that every single aspect and piece of this artistic creation is from my hands out of this massive block of Carrara marble, and not a single machine tool has been touched to it. And when I look at it here, I think this is perhaps his greatest work of art. And as we contemplated it, he had brought it to America, and it had a room of its own at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And finally he said, I think it ought to be at Notre Dame, because it is Notre Dame, it's Our Lady, sorrowing as she holds her son taken down from the cross. Thanks to a wonderful man named Ivan Mestrovic, and thanks to his art, glorifies this church of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. And I am grateful to Mestrovic for the light and the beauty and the art he brought to this university, and especially for this chef-d'oeuvre of his, which will be, I hope, for all time, the center of artistic creation on this campus.